Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to PHP Student Management System project tutorial for beginner. Now in the previous tutorial I showed you how we can delete student data from the database. Now in this tutorial I'm going to show you how we can update those data from here. So what we'll do is that we'll have an update button over here, and if someone click the update button, then it will take us to another page where we can update the specific data. So for it, obviously we'll have some input field with the data over here, you can see. So let's go back to our code and first create the update button over here. So let's go back, and over here you can see currently we are in the view underscore student.php, and over here you can see the table header over here. So let me just copy this th table header, and I'm going to paste it over here. Here instead of delete we are going to say update. So if I now save it, then if I just refresh over here, you can see we have a extra column called update. Now let's also have a update button for each of the data. So over here you can see that we mention a while loop, and inside this while loop we showed the username, email, phone and password. So let me just copy this td, and I'm going to paste it after the delete button from here. So Control V. So here you can see echo. I'm just going to remove this part, and inside this echo I'm going to give a anchor tag, and anchor tag opening, then anchor tag closing, and inside it I'm going to say over here update. So inside the anchor tag I'm going to say over here href equal to, I'll give two single quotation. Here we need to mention a page name after clicking the update button where we want to send the user. So let's say over here our file name or page name will be update student.php. And okay, let's also add a button design for this update button. So inside the anchor tag I'm going to say over here class equal to two single quotation. We cannot give double quotation because there is already a double quotation outside. So inside this single quotation we are going to say btn let's say over here primary. This is a bootstrap class. So save it, then refresh. So over here you can see we have an update button over here. We can also do the same for the delete button. Let's do it as well. So over here you can see the href. Let me just say over here class equal to two single quotation btn. Since it's a delete button, let's over here danger. So save it, then refresh. So here you can see that delete button is currently red. So let's go back, and here you can see that we mention update underscore student.php. So first of all we are going to create update underscore student.php. So let me just right click over here, then click new file, and here we are going to say update underscore student.php, Control S, then save. So inside this update underscore student.php, we are going to write some PHP code and some HTML code. So let me just keep the PHP tag over here, then PHP opening, then PHP closing like this. And after it, we'll have the HTML part. Let's say over here HTML, and inside the title, I'm going to say student update page. And let's just say inside the body, we're just going to say over here h on tag. Let's say over here update student. So if we now save it, then if we just refresh over here, and if we currently click on the update button, here you can see it took us to this update student page. So in this page, obviously we want to have the same look that we are seeing over here. So for it, let me just go to my admin home.php, and here you can see some PHP tag and HTML code. So let me just copy everything from here, Control A, Control C, and I'm going to paste it inside update underscore student.php. So let me just remove all those things, and here I'm just going to paste everything. So over here instead of admin dashboard, we are going to say over here let's say over here update student. So if I now save it, then if I just refresh over here, then click the update button, here you can see update student text over here and the design over here as well. So here we'll have some input field with the data that you are seeing over here. So first of all, for it, let's create some input field over here. So for it, here you can see that inside this div class content, we're going to have some input field. So let me just first declare a div. Then inside this div, we're going to have a form, and let's say here another div. And inside this div, I'm going to say over here level. Let's say it will be username. After level, we'll have the input field. Input type will be text, and name equal to, let's say, name. Let me just copy this div, Control C, and I'm going to paste it 3 times on 2, 3, okay, no, 4 times and 4. So the second one, let's say this one will be email. The third one, it will be phone. The fourth one, it will be password. And the fifth one will be actually the submit button. So let me just remove this level. So for submit button, the input type will be submit, and let's say name equal to update, and let's say value, it will be update. And let's say for email, the type will be email, and for phone, the type will be number. So currently if we save it, then if we just refresh over here, you can see we have some input field over here. So let's go and make some design for this input field. So for it, over here you can see that we have a level over here. So first of all, let's write some CSS for this level. So let's go at the top, and over here you can see the head tag, and inside this head tag we're going to mention a style tag. And let's say here we're going to say over here level, then we'll give 2 second bracket, and over inside this label we are going to say let's say over here display, it will be inline block, and let's say it will be 100 px. Let's say over here text align, it will be right, and let's say over here padding top, let's say 10 px, and padding bottom, let's say it will be 10 px as well. So currently if we save it, then if we just refresh over here, we can see it looks way better than before. Now let's have this input field in the center, and let's also add a background color for this input field. So that will be really simple. Okay, let me, over here you can see we mention a div. So here let's just say over here class, let's say over here div underscore deg design. So let me just go at the top, and inside the style we are going to say dot div underscore deg, then we'll give 2 second bracket, and here we're going to say background color, it will be, let's say, sky blue. Then we're going to say width, it will be, let's say, 400 px. Then let's say padding bottom, it will be 70 px, and padding top, it will be 70 px as well. Save it, then refresh. Over here you can see it looks like this. Now let's have this button in the center, and also let's change the button color as well, or design as well. So first of all, let's change the button design. So here inside the input we are going to say over here class, we'll mention a push tab class btn. Let's say over here success, save, refresh. Okay, button color is like this. Now let's have everything in the center. So here you can see the content over here. So here I'm just going to write the center tag, and the center tag will start from here and it will end over here, and save it, then refresh. Okay, everything looks perfect. Now here what we want is that if someone click the update button over here, then it will show that specific students data over here. So for it, first of all, from the view underscore student.php, we are going to send the ID from here to our update underscore student.php. So in order to send a ID from this page, we need to give a question mark sign. Then we are going to declare a variable like this student. You do not need to give $sign before it in order to declare variable over here. Let's say student underscore ID equal to, we'll give 2 second bracket, and inside it we're going to mention $info, and I'll tell you where is this $info coming from. Then we'll give 2 third bracket and 2 single quotation, and inside the single quotation we'll say over here ID. Why ID? Because we want to send the ID to our update underscore student.php, because ID is always unique. Let me just go to my database, and here let me just zoom in. Here you can see we have a ID column over here, and every ID is always unique. So we are going to send the ID if someone click a specific update button, it will send the specific ID to our update underscore student.php. So that's why we mentioned the ID over here, and here you can see $info, and you might be wondering what is this $info coming from. Actually at the top here you can see we mention a while loop, and here inside the while loop we mention a variable called $info equal to result fetch assoc, and using this $info, here you can see we show the username, email, phone and password from the database. So using the same $info, we are actually getting the ID and storing it inside this student underscore ID and sending it to our update underscore student.php. So currently if you now save it, then let me just go to my view student, and here if you just take the cursor on the update button, on the left corner here you can see, left down corner you can see student ID equal to 4. Just notice over here equal to 14, then 15, over here 3, and if you just click on it, you can see in the browser we can also see the ID over here, student ID 3. So using this ID we can actually show the data of that specific student inside the input field. So let's go back, and we'll go to update underscore student.php. So first of all we'll go at the top, and here you can see a PHP tag already written over here that we copied from the student home.php. So here we are just going to first connect this update underscore student.php to our database. So we are just going to declare variable $host equal to localhost, then we'll say $user equal to root, then $password equal to null, it will be null, and the last one will be $db. $db means our database name, and our database name is cool project. So after this we are going to just declare a variable called $data is equal to MySQLi connect to first bracket, and here you can see $host, $user, $password and $db. We are just going to mention those variable $host, comma $user, comma $password, comma $db. So once you write this single line, you will be connected to our database. So here we are currently connected to our database. So first of all we want to get this ID in our update underscore student.php. So here let me just declare a variable. Let's say over here $id. You can declare any variable you want. We are going to say over here $underscore get. Then here inside this we are going to mention student underscore id. And you might be wondering what is this student underscore id coming from. Here you can see we mention over here student underscore id over here. So that so here we are just going to say the same thing over here, and once you write this, then that specific id will be stored in this $id variable. So currently we'll declare a variable. Let's say over here $sql equal to two double quotation, and here we're going to say select star form, then here we'll say the table name, and for our case our table name is user. Then we'll say where, select star from user, where id equal to, we'll give two single quotation, and inside this single quotation we're going to say this $id variable. Control V. So here you can see this id is actually coming from the database, actually database table. So let me just go to my database. Over here you can see that our table name is user, and here you can see id. This id is actually this one, and here you can see $id. This is just the variable that we declare. You can declare it anything you want. So after getting writing the SQL, we are just going to say our here dollar result equal to, we'll say mysqli underscore query will give two first bracket, and inside this mysqli underscore query, first we are going to say our here dollar data. Here you can see we connect this page to the database and we store it inside the dollar data variable. So first we are going to say our here dollar data, then here we write the SQL. So here after dollar data we are going to say our here dollar SQL. So after this dollar result, we are going to declare another variable over here. Let's our here dollar info. You can declare any variable. Dollar info is equal to, we'll say result. Then we'll give this arrow sign. Then we are going to say our here fetch ASO to first bracket. So right now using this dollar info variable, we can actually show the data of that specific ID. So for it right now, in order to show the data in the input field, here you can see the input field over here. So in order to show the data here, we are going to say over here value. Then inside this value, we are going to actually write some PHP code. So in order to write PHP code, we need to give this PHP tag opening, then PHP tag closing, and here inside this we can write some PHP code. So here we are going to say first echo, let's keep two double quotation and end it with a semicolon, and inside this echo first we'll give two second bracket, then we'll say our here dollar info that we just declared a while ago, then we'll give two third bracket, two single quotation, and here we're going to say here user name. Now where is this username coming from? This username is actually coming from the database. Let me just go to my database, and over here you can see the username over here. So kindly if we just refresh over here, okay, there is an error at line 32. Okay, I think let's go and check. Okay, over here we need to give dollar over here. So kindly let's save it, then let's refresh again. So over here you can see that in the input field we have the username over here. So in order to show the email, phone and password, we need to do the same. So here let me just go down and let me just copy this value, Control C, and I'm going to paste it inside for every level. Over here you can see email. So for email in the input field we're going to paste it, and for email we're going to say over here email. After email we'll have the phone number. So for phone we'll say over here phone, and for password we'll do the same again. Here instead of username we'll say here password. So here you can see password, phone, email, everything is coming from the database table, and you need to write it exactly you write in the table. So currently if we save it now, and then if we just refresh over here, here you can see the email, phone and the password. So let me just go to the view student, and here you can see Yamin. So let me just click on this update button. So here you can see in the username input field you can see Yamin, yamin@gmail.com, which is the email. So you can update anything over here you want. You can change it, but if you click the update button, it will not update because we still require to write some more code. So let's go back, and here you can see that we mention a form over here. So inside the form, first we are going to say over here action, then we are going to say over here method. So method will be post, and in the action you can just say over here something dot php. It means we'll create another PHP file and then write some query in order to update the data. Or what we can do is that we can just give over here hash. If we give hash, then it means we want to write the query for updating data in this same file. So I'm just not going to create another file for updating data. So since we give hash over here, so let me just go down. I think okay, here we have name equal to update and value equal to update. So here you can see name equal to update. So this is required for updating those data. So here since we mention action equal to hash, so it means we can write the code for updating the data in the same page. So here let me just go at the top, and here you can see the PHP tag opening and closing. So over here I'm just going to say over here a if condition, and here we're going to say is set to first bracket, and I'm going to say dollar underscore get, and here you can see inside the two single quotation we're going to say over here update. Now where is this update coming from? Let me just show you. If I just go down over here, you can see that input type equal to submit, and here you can see we mention name equal to update. So we'll only go to the if condition over here if someone click the update button. So if someone click this update button, only then we'll come to this if condition and execute some code in this if condition. So here inside the if condition, we're going to actually write a SQL query, but before that we need to get the input data from here. Over here you can see we mentioned name equal to name. Okay, name equal to name. Okay, everything name equal to name. Let me just change it to name equal to email, then name equal to phone, then over here name equal to password. So first of all we'll get the value of those data over here inside this if condition. So here let me just declare variable, let's say dollar name is equal to, we are going to say dollar underscore get, and here we're going to say over here name. Now where is this name coming from? This name is coming from here, you can see we mentioned name equal to name. So after name we have email, phone, and the password. So let me just copy it and I'm going to paste it over here. So after name we have we'll write over here email equal to let's say email, and here we're going to say phone equal to phone, and here the last one will be password equal to password. So here let me just explain again. Here you can see this is just a variable. You can declare over here this variable anything you want. You can say student password, student phone, but over here you can see name, email, phone. You need to write them exactly. You write over here. Here you can see name equal to name, name equal to email, name equal to phone. You need to write them exactly. You write over there. So after this we are going to say over here dollar, let's say over here dollar query equal to, we are going to say over here update user. User is our table name, then we are going to say over here set, then we are going to say over here user name equal to, we'll give two single quotation, and here you can see this username is actually coming from the database table. Here you can see username over here. We need to write it exactly, we write over here in the table. So username equal to, here you can see we mentioned dollar name. So let me just copy it and paste it over here. So after it we are going to give a comma. After username we have email equal to, we'll give two single quotation, and inside it we're going to say dollar email. So after dollar email we have phone equal to two single quotation, and here we're going to say phone equal to phone, and the last one it will be password. We're going to say password equal to two single quotation password. So after this password we're going to say over here where, it means for which ID we want to update those data. So here we're going to say where ID equal to, we already get the ID over here. Here you can see inside this dollar ID variable we get the specific student ID. So we are just going to say over here dollar ID. So I hope everything is clear. Here you can see username, this email coming from the database, and here you can see dollar name, dollar email. Those are coming from here, and I miss a dollar sign over here and here as well for phone and password. So after this we are going to say over here dollar, let's say dollar result to equal to, I'm just going to say MySQL query to first bracket, and here first we are going to say over here dollar data comma dollar query. So here you can see dollar data obviously just coming from here. You can see dollar data, and dollar QD is coming from here. So after you write this line, you will be able to update the data. So let me just say over here. So here, if you want, you can also give a if condition. If let's say over here dollar result 2 actually. Here we are just going to say here echo, let's say update success. So let's save it and let's go back to our browser and let's refresh over here, and let's over here the username will be yamin123, and let's click update. Okay, it didn't update over here. You can see if I just refresh over here, okay, there is no update over here. I think I did a mistake. Okay, actually it will be post, and over here if I just go down over here, you can see that we write method equal to post. So we need to write over here, instead of get we need to say over here post. Let me just select all of them, all the get over here, and instead of get we are going to say over here post. So currently if we now save it, Control S, and let me just refresh over here, and here you can see at the top update success. Let me just zoom in. Here you can see update success message over here, and if I just refresh in the database over here, you can see username yamin123. So let's say after updating the data, we want to get back to the view student page. So for it, all we have to do is that here you can see we write dollar result echo, and inside it we show a message. So instead of showing the message, let me just say over here header, and we'll give two double quotation, and let me say over here location and this clone sign, and here we are going to say view underscore student dot php. So save it. So after updating the data, we want to get back to this page view underscore student dot php, where we are showing all the student data. So let me just refresh over here, and let's go, let's change this data over here. Let's click update, and instead of student, let's over here here, and let's say over here email will be yahia@gmail.com. So if I now click update button, here you can see over here we can see the username, email, phone, and the password over here. So this is how you can update data in PHP. I try to explain everything as much as possible. I hope you find this tutorial easy, but if you have any confusion or any question, then let me know in the comment section. I'll try to give you as easy and as simple solution as possible. So in the next tutorial, we'll do some work for our student dashboard. Let me just go back to our student dashboard. Let's over here yamin, let me the password. Let's click login. Okay, let's say yamin. Okay, the password was, sorry, yamin 123 and the password 1234. Click login. So in the next tutorial, we'll have a like my profile option, so that the student can change their password, email, or phone number from here. So this is all about this tutorial. I hope if you find this tutorial easy. So thank you very much for watching, and if you like this video, then also let me know in the comment section, and I would really appreciate if you subscribe my channel Web Tech Knowledge. Stay tuned and stay healthy.